what's already been said because, well, we've all had successes and it works. So going after multiple grants, going after multiple resources is imperative. So one of the areas that we've gone after is the Ohio Federal Research Network, which is just another source of funding for us. The NSF ATE grants have been great. We've had multiple grants. It's almost like I've been working at Sinclair since 2014, and I've been working or writing a grant since then. And it's just leapfrogging from one to the next, to the next, to the next. And that's something interesting when it comes to Sinclair is that a lot of our funding to grow programs has to come from grants, because Sinclair is a no debt institution. We don't have any debt on the books whatsoever. So anything that we do, we either have to have outside funding for, or we go to the administration and really fight for whatever it is that we're trying to do. So it makes growing a program kind of hard, but these federal grants are insanely important. And as you can see, we've been at it for a while, and we've built quite a large portfolio of stackable certificates, degrees, since 2014. We started off with just the short-term certificates, and then from there built up to our 1 year to an associate degree. In 2018, the state of Ohio allowed us to get a Bachelor's of Applied Science, and so Sinclair and the Aviation Technology Department was the first in the state to have a Bachelor's of Applied Science in both UAS and also a professional pilot. So really helped us out there. But now we're starting to get this matrix of how things interconnect, and it's I call it a spaghetti plot because you've got to try to figure out what the line is. But all of these have had some sort of grant funding associated with it to help build it up, to help stand it up, to help supply the equipment, the curriculum development, everything needed in order to do that. And so part of it is the industry partnerships. In setting up a grant, we go through the DACM process, which is a fantastic resource of bringing in industry and getting them to help us as faculty guide the curriculum development process. But then from there, we've got to look at, well, how do we bring the industry back into this at the beginning and then also throughout the entire process? So these are just some of the companies that we have partnered with, and you'll notice a dollar amount there. That's because Sinclair is not siloed, sort of siloed, not really siloed, but we have the academic side, which is what I'm a part of, and then we have the National UAS Training and Certification Center. They're the ones that go out and do a lot of research and development as well as workforce development. And so with that dollar amount is that you can come in, you pay that dollar amount, and you can get a very quick crash course in operating that specific aircraft. And so we've taken this, and because we do share resources, Centera Phoenix there, that is an aircraft that we use heavily in our operations to course. Let's see, Select Tech, the EH8, we use that in our maintenance courses now. SimLab we use in one of our avionics and advanced simulation courses. Pix4D Mapper, we use that in many of our courses. And one of the things that we really strive for is giving that value add to our students. So they come in, yes, they're going to get a Sinclair degree out of it if they've met everything that needs to happen. But we also try to add in that little extra kind of free of charge, if you will, of an OEM level training certificate. So if they do the work and they prove it, they can come out with a Pix4D Mapper or Pix4D Fields OEM certificate out of it, which again, it just makes them more job ready and be able to come out to the workforce and do some good things. And it's worked. I mean, we've got on the UAS training center certification side, 4,384 students have gone through that. We've got plus up of faculty and staff to staff this stuff. We're constantly talking to OEMs to be able to advance our systems and to replace our aging systems. So we're just constantly pushing and looking for what's next in the UAS field, because it is constantly evolving, constantly changing. And because of our success, what's kind of interesting is last fall, another department came to me and said, "Hey, Ben, do you want to be part of a grant?" I was like, "Sure." Didn't even know what it was about. It was our built environment. They were like, "Yeah, well, we're going to use some of your courses in our grant and then also give you funding to buy new equipment." Sorry.
Exactly.
I was like, "Wow, okay, cool. Yeah, sure, we'll go through and do that." So we're going to get, the funding hasn't been approved yet, but we're going to get some nice new equipment, mostly focused on sensors, ground penetrating radar, new LiDARs, that sort of stuff. But ultimately, what comes out of this for anything that you do in terms of grant related stuff is you want to do something that's cool, that is value added, that helps promote student learning. And so the next slide I've got here is our augmented reality maintenance trainer. So here it's using the EH8 and HoloLens in order to perform maintenance on this aircraft. So you'll literally click, follow along, and be able to remove components from this aircraft and reassemble it. Well, here you've got to align everything, your environment, but be able to take the aircraft apart without having a faculty member right there doing the demonstration, or having a video. You're doing it live, and you're seeing where the screws are all supposed to go, where the canopy is supposed to go, where everything needs to go. And this is cool technology that involves multiple different partners and combining everything into one. So here's my contact information. In terms of grants, it's always about partnerships. So if you're going for a grant, you need some help, you want some assistance, you want to attach Sinclair's name to it, give myself or Tommy Sunderhouse, our UAS coordinator, an email. Let's see what we can do.